Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Welcome to another episode of the Got Whips podcast. If I put this here, can you still hear me?
I think so.
Just didn't want to cover the microphone. Welcome to another episode of the Got Whips podcast. This is episode 91. It is Friday, February 3rd. It is a little earlier in the morning because Nicci didn't work today, so excuse the half awake ness of us.
I've been up since 6 because I typically get up at 4.
I've been up since 6:30. I mean, awake since 6:30, but this is usually my time to
Unwind.
decompress. And I mean, getting the kids to school is like rush. And then I totally forgot that Gabriel had to finish something for his homework, so we had to do that this morning while he was eating breakfast, and that was fun. And anyways, this is a knitting podcast. Crafting podcast. We don't just knit.
I'm gonna say it's a crafting podcast, not a knitting.
We don't just knit.
And I want to say that it is 2323 today.
I
found that really when I was writing it.
It is 2323. So let us start the episode with our administration stuff.
And I would like to say thanks, and so does Heather, for all the new and returning viewers.
Oh yeah.
To our shenanigans, because sometimes we get out of order, but we just wanted to say that too.
Yeah, we make notes. We have notes in front of us, but if we actually follow them,
it wouldn't be as real then, guys.
Yeah.
So, okay, admin-y stuff. I will first talk about the first two KALs, and then Heather will continue with the other two. Of course, we are doing the sock Atumi. We changed it back to you only need one sock per entry, and to get you a double entry and then into the prize KAL at the end of the year. I have been contacted, this is just real sidebar, by most of you from the winners episodes. I don't know if Heather has, we haven't talked about that yet, but if you haven't watched the winners, please do so and get in contact with us. I am getting most of those out this weekend. It's just been a crazy week for me in the last week to be able to get things out. So please bear with me. So the sock Atumi, you only need one sock, adult sock. Pause.
I have been contacted by a couple of the winners. And I will get those patterns sent out to you probably tomorrow, sometime this weekend. I apologize for the delay. Thank you for contacting me. If you, like Nicci said, if you have not watched the winter episode and you did participate in any part of our KALs last year, please watch the winners episode. We will not be announcing them anywhere else. They are only announced on the winter episode.
And please know that I know that there's been spammers out there and things like that, and a lot of floss tubes, knitting podcast. We will never, ever, ever message you on YouTube.
Never.
Asking you to message us anywhere else with your address or information. So if you get a bot that sends that to you, please do not click on it. Do not respond to it. Me and Heather do try to watch the comments that go on in the group on here pretty regularly. So if we see that, we can block those people. But in case we don't see it or we don't get to it beforehand, just don't ever send it out that way. We will never contact you.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
We will announce it here and wait for you to contact us on said email, Ravelry, Instagram, however you feel comfortable.
The only time that we will not announce the winners on a podcast or on a winner episode like we did is for like the Make-a-thon weekends, but we post that on Instagram and ask you to contact us. So all of the time, anytime we have a winner for a Make-a-thon weekend or a KAL winner, we will always ask you to contact us. We will never, ever, ever contact you. Just know if you get contacted by anybody saying that they are me or Nicci or the Got With podcast, it is not us.
No.
So
Okay.
please beware. Don't.
Just wanted to make sure that we put that out there during this.
I was watching a class too the other day, and they said that somebody had actually contacted the person back and like sent them their
address
and like card information, and like it was bad. So don't, like, police were involved. Please don't.
Okay, going back to KALs. Sock it to me. One adult sock counts. A pair gives you double entry and into the prize drawing at the very end for the entire year if you do one every month, a pair. And then our other one that I'm going to talk about is our Burra Cowl. We are co-hosting this with umpteen other podcasts. I'm not going to try to remember them all right here. It will be down below in the drop bar, so you can go over. Some of them are hosting it also on just on Instagram, just on Ravelry, or in both. Me and Heather are using the hashtag that is the general hashtag for all of it, which Heather will put on the screen here because I don't have it wrote down in front of me and I don't want to say the wrong one. And then
Burra Cowl 2023.
Okay, I didn't remember. And then we also have a group chat opened up on our Ravelry that we will pull winners from.
Yes. Yeah. So the two that I will talk about is our whip challenge for 2023. This is any whip that you had prior to January 1st, 2023. Go in, make a post on our chatter thread. Let us know how many whips you would like to complete in the year. And then go over in our FO thread once you have completed a whip. Now considered an FO. Good morning, Cooper. And let us know this is X of X. And then yeah, so that's how you enter the whip challenge. If you complete your goal or surpass your goal for the year, we will put you in a grand prize drawing like we did last year, and you will also win that. The Sock It To Me is a monthly draw. The Burra Cowl right now is whenever we feel like it, and the whip challenge is a quarterly draw. The last one we have going on right now is the Temperature Project 2023. Any temperature project you're doing cross stitch, knitting, crocheting, weaving, whatever you can tell us that this is the temperature project for 2023.
Whatever you decided.
Whatever you're doing, go ahead and post that there. And that one is also a quarterly draw.
Because I do know somebody who comes to our Wednesday night Zooms. She is doing a temperature blanket for her parents, and the year that they got married.
Cool. All of these temperature ideas are making me want to make all of the temperature things.
You mean opposed to when we always want to make all the things and there's not enough time and not enough needles or not enough anything to do?
Like, I want to make a temperature. Okay, here's temperature projects. I want to do 2023. I haven't started it yet, but you already knew that was my 2023 temperature thing. I want to make a temperature project or a cross stitch piece for the year that Evelyn, Matt, and Gabe were born. I want to do a temperature thing for this year. Well, a different one for not really 2023, but it's August of 2022 through June of 2023, because that's Evelyn's senior year. And more on Evelyn's senior year in life bits if you want to know about that. It's insane. And I want to do a temperature blanket for the year Hector and I got married. I want to do a temperature blanket for my birth year and Hector's birth year, kind of like our color schemes, if you would. Yeah, like
I think I add whatever I want to do to her projects. I mean, she should do one for the year I was born because I'm her best friend.
it's like, stop telling me about your temperature blanket. Oh my God. Oh my God. Then I found somebody on TikTok who's doing a temperature blanket this year. She did one last year and she did granny squares. So each day had a square and she like joined them as she went. And like in the squares, if it was like a holiday or like a special event, or like it's not a special event, but the year or the day that her grandma passed away, she put like a heart in her square. So she's like
Aw,
little like applique things to put over her squares. This year's blanket is like a fancy square. And it's like,
ooh, I almost knocked over my water.
I see her updates every day and it's very, I want to make fun. Anyways, that is all of our KALs, but we forgot to do our, what's it called?
Sakatumi January winter.
Okay, so you're getting it live right here. Ready?
Mhm.
Oh, that's the wrong button. Hey Siri, pick a random number 2 through 24. 15. Can you see that?
Okay. I'll be right back. I'll still be here talking, but I will tell you who the winner is. Number. Oh, haha, just kidding. I gotta come back to you.
Right.
I know where 15 is. Because 15 is actually off of Instagram.
Oh, cool. 15. So whoever number 15 is going to contact me or you.
Doesn't matter.
Number 15.
Lady Fiber Arts, please contact me.
Lynn. Congratulations. Can you show Lynn socks?
That is her sock.
That looks like a Slytherin sock.
It does.
I don't know if it is, but it looks like it.
But I think it's, when I zoom in, it looks like two separate grays. So I don't know if it was a scrappy. I don't know. It was her DK one.
It's DK.
Mm-hmm.
Congratulations, Lynn.
The whole pair done. So
Please get in contact with Nicci and she will send you a pattern of your choice that is valued at $10 US or under. So
okay. I can close that part of my phone.
because of the way that this year, not because of the way that this year, but because of what Nicci and I are doing this year, we have decided to break up our whip section. Oh, but you have FOs. Go. I don't have FOs.
I was just gonna let you go.
I'll say that in a minute.
Okay. So first of all, I'm gonna show you guys the whip that I thought, or the finished object I thought that I had shown you already. And then Heather is like, no, you never showed that.
I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. If you guys have seen this before, let me know.
I don't think you have, because I still have a stitch marker.
Yeah, so they haven't seen it.
So here is my hipster in the DK, all finished. I'm not gonna put the tassels on. So I was literally in the crosses the last part of the demon crosses last time, as Heather, or not Heather, Sarah calls them.
I was gonna say, do not call them demon crosses.
No, Sarah does. So that's where I was last time, and I finished, I think, the very next day.
Yeah, something like that. That day, that night.
So
hi Sarah, I miss you. I'm sorry I'm a horrible friend, but I miss you.
I made this out of Malabrigo. Siri was the colorway, but I always forget Siri is the brand name Rios.
Yeah.
So, and I got that from Arkansas Yarn Co. And this is what I have left out of 3 skeins. Which I will get some of that wound off, like 20 grams, and out to a friend who messaged me about if I would share some of my DK scraps, which I don't have many, because normally when I use DK, I
Use it all.
I hold fingering double.
Oh yeah.
So I have to. I have so many shawls that I need to get blocked. I just don't have the room in the house to do so. So. All right. So that was that one. And then, oh, I fell on the floor. Dang it. Oh, okay. I wanted to make a lot of people that we know, friends of family. We have 6 babies coming, and then like coworkers are having, grandchildren born, or nieces, great nieces and stuff are pregnant. So I was like, oh, here's my scraps of my fun, colorful yarn. I'm gonna make baby booties for newborn. Yeah, except for Nicci really misjudged her fingering weight. So like this would only fit a doll. Like Justin thinks they'll fit on my porcelain doll that hangs in our bedroom here on the ceiling. But I was like, well, I don't know what to do with these. So, but somebody contacted me when I posted them on Facebook. So my mom wants these. I don't know what my mom is doing with them. I didn't ask, but she wants them. So she's mom. She gets them.
Some things are
They're really cute.
They're cute.
But they're way too tiny. So I've been playing around with different things and different yarns, and I keep pulling it out when it's not the right size and restarting. So that's why I don't have any other booties done. I mean, I could use the pattern.
I was gonna say.
But I want like little shoes. I don't know. I have to. Me and crochet, like reading the actual pattern doesn't do well. And with Heather not having a lot of time right now, like I don't want to bug Heather like every time she's off to be like, help me figure this out.
You don't have to.
I know.
I've told her I help her, but she doesn't listen to me. And I am completely surrounded by things, and it's very.
I know. I keep trying to put my leg up because it hurts really bad right now, and I can't. So now we can go to what you were saying about how we're going to separate our new podcasting style.
Okay. So we have decided, because we are doing a challenge for 2023 called Whip Go. I don't know where it started, so I cannot give anybody
Jessie.
credit. Oh, Jessie Marie?
Marie, yep.
Oh, I know her. Well, I don't know her, but I follow her on Instagram.
Jessie Marie Makes.
Yeah, her Instagram is Jessie Marie Makes. She is a very talented cross stitcher. Her patterns that she does are beautiful. So we have
her YouTube channel.
Huh? It's also yeah. Does she do videos anymore?
Yeah.
I used to follow her on YouTube way back in the day when I was mostly a cross stitcher and not really a knitter. But anyways, so yes, we follow Jessie Marie Makes Whip Go, and so that's what we're doing this year. So the way we're going to lay out our podcasts for this year is Nicci's better than I am, but if we do Whip Go stuff, it will be so it'll be general whips, and then it will be Whip Go whips, and then it will be our cross stitch if we have any. I said Nicci's better at this than I am because I have already failed for January, and we're not going to talk about that. So, I have 4 general whips.
I have 5.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. So first off, I'll start with my 30-day challenge, because not only am I doing Whip Go, Kim, who we've talked about before, was like, let's do a 30-day challenge on our Scrappy project. And I was like, okay, it would give me a chance to get 30 blocks on. So I took it a step further, like I always do. And but listen first, I'm not overdoing myself because I would already quit. So we started January 13th. So we didn't technically start the very first of the year. So for the first 30 days, I'm working on my cozy memories. Then for the next 30 days, I'm going to put 1 stripe in my son's blanket. And then after those 30 days, I'm going to go back to my cozy memories. So I'm going to do it through the entire year, just breaking those 30 days back and forth between the two. So, for this first one, because we start on the 13th, I want to do 4 extra this month or this 30 days, because we'll be done with our 30 days on the 11th of February, so that I'll always be getting 2 rows put on my cozy memories.
I see.
So, and I'm sorry for the jingles, but I had to literally dig out all my stitch markers so that I could put them on to show you guys all the blocks I added, because I put the ones that I buy from Heather away in a really safe spot, and I still haven't found that really safe spot.
Are you serious?
I'm dead serious right now.
Oh no.
So here's number 1, then 2, 3, 4.
Mm-hmm.
Then I got the whole other. So there's those 2.
The jingle bells are from Arkansas, I recall.
They are, and they make so much noise, and the dog kept hitting this with his tail when I was getting ready to podcast. And every time his tail would hit it, he'd look at it like, why are you making noise? You don't. And there's the last 3. So I already did today. This was today's. And this was the Bridgington colorway from Arkansas. The Maria Antoinette colorway, I think it is.
Mm-hmm.
It was after her dress.
Yeah.
Okay, it's jingling and I don't want to fold it up nice, so I'm going to throw it.
So what is your width?
15 across. And when I was talking to Vani, she said hers was 15 across and she did 20 high, so I need 300 squares. Or 17, I don't know. Anyways, I need 300 squares. So if I keep with the challenge, I should get to, like, because what I already had on the blanket, I should get to 218 or so. So by January, I should almost have a completed, almost. I'll still have, roughly 4 more rows to add. But that's still better than what I was doing, because those first row and a half I only had for 2 years. And I also enlarged mine. Mine is all fingering weight on a 2.5. But instead of doing 42, I went to 52. Yeah, because I have 26 and 26.
Yeah. And
I just increased mine a little bit.
Mine is 47 stitches on a 2.
And I mean, people do whatever they want. I know Sarah increased hers because she started one, and Kim decreased hers because Kim has started this a cozy memory blanket before me and Heather ever did, and stopped and started and stopped. So I think hers are 20, I think she said, or 22.
I think so, but I think Kim is using a bigger needle than us.
No, she's using a fingering.
No, I know she's using fingering, but is she using...
Oh yeah, I think she's on a 3.
Yeah, I was gonna say she's on like a 3 or 4.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyways, Kim, if you're watching this video and you want to chime in, you can chime in below.
She will. You already know she will.
She's already typing. I know she is. Before I even said anything, she was typing. So my first one, because it's sitting on my leg and I was knitting it a bit while Nicci was talking because I thought she had more, this is my leftovers from Hector's Musselburgh. It is Night Owl Fibers in the Life and Death Brigade colorway.
My favorite.
That's kind of weird. I am knitting Gabriel, my 8-year-old, a pair of socks. So this is what it looks like. He has a heel. I'm not making them very tall because I did not weigh my yarn before I started, and I'm kind of scared now because this is all I have left. But I'm
Just put a different colored for the toe.
Yeah, I could. I am almost halfway done with his foot. Probably more than halfway done with his foot, actually, at this point. I have tried these on. So I tried to knit him a pair of socks a couple weeks ago. And those suckers cannot get over his, like, past his foot. He is 8 years old.
No offense. He's got Fred Flintstone feet like JJ.
He has Fred Flintstone feet. He is fat, and his feet are fat and flat. So they're really wide, but they're really flat. So, yeah. But I watched Kay, the Crazy Sock Lady video, and she's knitting socks for her niece, and she posts, she has a project page for everything. So I looked at her project page, and she said to cast on 60 stitches. So that's what I did. I cast on 60 stitches. I knit quite a bit before I actually tried them on him.
Okay.
I went through the heel because I did 10 rows of cuff 2x2, and then I did 10 rows of leg, and then I started the heel. So I knit past the heel, then I tried them on him, and they fit. He was kind of squirmy because of the needles, and he was freaking out that they were gonna poke him in the foot. I was like, if you stay still, they're not gonna poke you in the foot. Common sense. I am knitting socks for Gabe. I don't know if he's actually gonna wear them. I think he will. I think out of all the kids, I think Gabe will. He likes to stay in his pajamas and comfy stuff.
Yeah, he does.
And he likes socks on because right now it's kind of cold in our house. And yeah, so socks for Gabe. I will let you know how they go. It's 60 stitches on a US 1 2.25 millimeter.
Sure.
Is that what a US 1 is?
I thought 1.25 millimeter is a 1.5 US. I don't know though. I'd be lying if I answered that.
A 1 is, it's printed on my Chow Goose.
You can read that.
5, yeah. Yeah. I got my order from Handsome Fiber since the last time I talked to you guys. And these were my order. Some Chow Goose and some 9-inch Chow Goose.
Okay. I will stay on the sock kick. Remember I casted on 12 projects for the 12 days of Christmas after. And last time I showed these, I was here where the stitch marker from Heather is. I did the heel, and I'm on the foot now. These ones are for my aunt. So she wanted like a little bit higher. I normally do 20 and 20. Or no, I normally do 15 and 10 or 15 for the heel. So I really went further. For me, that's a huge leg.
Yes.
Huge. I did 10, 20, 30, 34 rows before the heel.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not including the 20 that I did in ribbing, which if you've been here a long time, you know Nicci doesn't do that kind of ribbing.
That killed her too.
This was Felici that I got from the put and take table in Chicago last year, and Endless Summer colorway. So I think it's really pretty. I think she'll love them. She loves the one pair that I gave her already, so I'm trying to get 2 pairs done for her for Christmas this year. I think I have enough because, I mean, she does have a size 10 foot, but I have 2 balls of this, so I just figured 1 ball for each sock.
Yeah. When I make Hector socks out of Felici, I use 1 ball for each sock. And I have enough. And I have leftovers too. I know it's my turn. I'm almost
Your turn. I'm just pulling out the project that I'm going to show next and working on that in between. On the ones I can anyways.
Oh,
that don't pattern.
I pulled this out while you were talking, and then I started knitting on it because it was my hand. Anyway, so this is a pair of socks for my mom. This is how it looks knit up. She again does the shorties. So I think this is 10 rows and 10 rows again, similar to Gabe. This is a patent croy. Patent croy. That's upside down. And the 50 stripes. My mom was born in 1955, so that is what I'm doing for her. She doesn't know that these are for her. I don't know who she thinks they're for, or if she even pays attention. But I have 2 balls of this, so I'm probably going to do 1 sock. I don't know. We'll see. I was thinking about doing 1 sock from each ball and then using the leftovers for Gabe. Because I would have to pull out a lot if I want
Right. Get back to the stripe.
And my mom is all about the matchy socks. So like she gets really mad when Matt and Evelyn wear socks. It's I told her it's a thing. She doesn't listen. But she gets really mad. Like
Justin can't look at when I do it too sometimes, like because you get some of those packs where you have a pink and a blue.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, he doesn't like that. I'm like, they're the same from the same pack. He's like, no.
No,
All
yeah.
right.
My mom has gone so far as to Matt had those kind of socks where like the toe is a different color, or like the after the toe is a different color. She went to Target when we used to live in San Pedro after she moved in with us and bought Matt a pack of all black socks. He would not wear those, like a blue stripe and a red stripe or whatever. No, she was, no, you're gonna wear these socks now.
And JJ would have just took 1 black and matched it with one of the other colors and not cared.
Yeah, I know. She's
okay. Still on socks. So last time you saw it, I was down here. I finished this one. These were supposed to be for my godson's wife, but I was at work and I just kept knitting. So this is actually going to be for my aunt because they're bigger than her foot because his wife's got a size 5.
I was gonna say, did she wear like a size 5 or 6?
Yeah, so I have that one now, and then I've already gotten past the heel. Ugh, come on, there we go. Onto this one. So
Already almost done with your 2 pairs of socks for your aunt.
I'm halfway on the foot there well, more than halfway, but then to the right, do the toe. I got like 15 more rounds.
Yeah, but then you already have her second.
Yep, her second one's on the needles, so she will be just about done. I'm still trying to figure out who's all coming for Christmas to see how many gifts I should have to have done. Because remember, Christmas is on Thanksgiving this year.
And you know what I said?
This is just leftovers that I had. I think it's LMK designs from our Halloween collaboration from last year or 2 years ago now. I'm not positive. And I knit all my socks on a 1.5 unless they're DK. And then they're on a 3.
Oh,
and
the socks for my mom are on a 2.25, 64 stitches.
Yep, 64 for both mine.
These are, I'm knitting on DPNs that I got from Handsome Fibers on Etsy. Chowku. I was just that needle. Next up, I am making a baby vertebrae. This is what I thought Nicci was going to say she had done, and I was going to kill her because...
Wow. Way to throw me under the bus and way to love me so much, all in the same sentence.
Just kidding. So I am knitting a baby vertebrae for my niece. I was way up here at this gummy bear stitch marker that my dear friend Carol gave me last year.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And so since then I have separated for the sleeves. Here they are. And I'm on the body. And I have to knit 13.5 inches.
What size are you doing?
18 to 24 months?
Okay.
Yes, because
I'm doing the 6 to 12 months. That's why I'm asking.
she'll be 2 on Kim's birthday. Kim and JJ's birthday. So I figured 18 to 24 months would be good for her up until her birthday. And then, anyways, so I am knitting this out of Socks and Sleeve TK in the pretty peacock colorway. I have your arm now. And this is what it looks like. I have more than enough, I think.
I need a stitch marker.
Isn't it pretty?
It's very pretty. Sorry, I'm looking for a stitch marker to put on this next one for when I'm done showing it. Seeing they're all on my blanket.
I think I know I went up the needle size, so I'm using size 4s.
Okay. Seeing Heather talked about her baby vertebrae, I will show mine. She had nothing to worry about because I knit on this only in my car in the morning before work, before the doors are unlocked at work.
You get to work.
So here is mine. You hadn't even seen it started. Still rolling. I have a lot of these to make and I need to get moving. So yeah. I'm making the 6 to 12 month size. I am knitting on a 3 and the neck will be in a 2. Or the waistband, the band around the neckband. The color is an I don't know colorway from Hearthside Fibers, who has gone out of business. That was a local Wisconsin dyer. So I put my little gnome on there. But that is all I am doing on this one. You have one more?
Yes, but I have to reach.
Okay. Just want to make sure you had one more that I didn't have to go again right away. I thought we did that right.
Sorry.
Don't fall.
Okay. In my knick-knack knits bag, this is my star blanket. I know. Shock.
For real, like I didn't even know she worked on this.
You did, I told you.
I heard you talk about it, but I didn't think you were working on it.
Yeah. So this is the front side. All I did was finish this triangle, this whatever it's called.
Diamond.
No, but what
It's
is
called parallelogram.
All I did was finish this one.
Hey, progress is progress.
So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 3 more to make. We have to make 8, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm holding weird because these have live stitches on them, and even though my cord is this long, I'm so freaked out. Yeah, so this is color number 1709. This is color, nope. This is color number 2018. It's a gray. It's looking black, but it's gray. This is gold and gray. And then for my color 3, it is 1029. It's like a burnt orange. And my color 4 is 1062. I purchased all of these yarns from Around the Table Yarns in Ohio. We started this blanket, crap, 3 years ago.
Sure.
2020, right?
I want to say yes, because we started for Jack's so that he was 20, turning 21, our 21st birthday cast on.
Or was it 2021?
I don't remember.
It was either 2020.
I have to look on my progress, my page. my Ravelry page. But I have no idea. I still have mine, but I'm further than that. Not by much. But
I don't know. It doesn't say the date on here, but we were supposed to finish this blanket in a year.
it
Like,
was mapped out for us and everything.
we made a little chart that we were supposed to have done. So I'm a ways behind.
So am I.
Years behind. I might be 2 years behind. If I'm 2 years behind, it doesn't make me that.
Oh my gosh, we started this February 1st, 2021.
Yeah, so okay. It's not that bad. It's bad, not that bad. Nicci is further away than I am, but I'm going to do the full blanket.
And I'm turning into a baby blanket because I'm over it.
I do have the rest of the yarn. It's just in the closet because I only have the 4 skeins in here. And
Yeah.
Side note, I told Evelyn to find me my owl bag that has purple on it, and she could not find this bag. And then I went in my closet and I was like, it's right here. And she's like, how do you do that? I was like,
I opened my eyes. That's what I always tell you. I opened my eyes.
He's like, how do you remember what projects is in which bag when you haven't worked on them in so long? Like, because I just know. I know that it's in my bag. Don't ask questions.
This is my Musselburgh that I don't know. I didn't have started last episode because this was part of my 12. The baby vertebrae, and this one was my last 2 for the 12 days of Christmas. So this is Arkansas Yarn Co., a very old retired colorway. It was a sock set that I got from her, and it was called Bedazzled. So it is sparkle yarn. It was one of the very first skeins I ever got from her. My mom bought this and Disco Barbie at the same time and had them mailed to my house. And that is how I met Lori, because I was like, no sparkle. Why all the sparkle? Don't you make anything without? So I have decided that I'm going to go 8 inches. Then I'm going to do 6 inches of ribbing, and then do 6 inches of knitting, and then start the decreases, because you're supposed to have 22 to 23 inches on the hat. And this one is for me. So I wanted to try the ribbing in the middle on this Musselburgh just to see how it works up. I haven't decided if I'm doing 2x2 or 1x1 or twisted rib 1x1, but I'm loving it. I'm loving all the, you can't see all the speckles on here. It's blowing out, but it's gorgeous. I love it. And when I do the ribbing, I'm going to switch to I have a hunter green from Lori that I used for the frolicking deer hat for my cousin. So I'm going to put that in the middle and then pick the color back up.
Yes. Okay, sorry about that. Are you done with general whips?
Yes.
Okay, so now we are on to our whip go whips. I'm trying to figure out where to put all my stuff. I need more space. The numbers for January were 10 and 6. So I only did 10. What numbers did you complete?
I did all my numbers. I did complete all my 10 days with 10 hours, 1 hour a day for those 10 days in the project. I just didn't work anymore on my stitch by number since the last time I showed it, because I had a huge mess up. And so all my hours were literally ripping back, knitting back. And then my other one was the Dustlin, also by Stephen West. So last time I have made progress since last time, but when the whip go started, I was up here. I have now since done all this in that month. And since the last time you saw it on January 6th, I went from that stitch marker down.
So your number, so what was 6? 6 was your stitch by number?
I don't know, hold on. I gotta grab the right folder.
organized.
6 for my knitting board was the Dustland. This was 6.
And 10 was your stitch by number?
Stitch by number, yep.
So for me, 6 was my I Smell Snow socks, which is a colorway by Area 51. I did not touch those. 10 for me was Evelyn's blanket. It's still connected to this color. It's all wound up. It's not this small. I was here on this stripe when I picked it up. So I did all of this. In my 10 days, I did complete my 10 days. I did do a little bit extra, more than an hour per day. This is it works. So I did all that in my
Nice.
10 days.
Looking really good.
Yeah, it is, and it's really warm, even though it's only this big.
Right.
When I sit here on my chair, I kind of like lay it across my lap as I'm working, and so like the tops of my legs get covered. And sit just off applesauce. And yeah, so that's where I am. Yeah, I'm almost done with the repeats of the colors. I have 2.
It's awesome. It's really pretty.
And I'm going to do it. I don't know yet. I don't know how long I'm going to do it, but however long I decide to make it, I'm going to make it at least long enough to be. I want to make it at least long enough to go on her bed, which is in bed. But I have to finish the color repeat. Like I have to finish all 5 colors.
Yeah.
And this is the amount of yarn I still have left. So I still have. I mean, I'm going to have to purchase more balls. I know that, but
I will as well for JJ's.
That's where I'm at. Like this one, I've completed all 3 sections with, and I still have this much left. So I feel like I can finish another. I might be able to finish another 3 sections.
Possibly. At least 2 for sure.
Mm-hmm. And then
my other whip, because I have 2 whip go boards, my other one was my cross stitch. So my number 6 was, I just looked this up. Why did I blank?
Well, you didn't tell me what it is, so I can't help you.
I looked it up while you were talking. So my number 6 was my gnomes. So this was a birthday gift from a friend last year that I just started, and there's a lot of confetti. So even though I put 10 hours into it, I feel like I should have had more. But I'm new to cross stitch too, so I'm very slow. But it came with all the fabric and everything. But here's what I got. And then the picture of it is, this is what it's supposed to look like. So my goal was to get all the words done this time, but it didn't happen. But I did get my 10 hours put on it. I actually got more than 10 hours put on it, but
every stitch is progress.
And then my number 11,
no, 10.
Yeah. Or yeah, number 10, sorry. This is the last one. I finished my 3rd snow globe and even did all the back stitching already. So he is all finished. And last time I just had started the blue because I only had the outline of the snow globe. So he is all done. And I got just this little row right here of the next one started. So I have one more snow globe for that, and then I got to figure out a border for it around it because these were supposed to be done on perforated paper into ornaments, and I put them all on here.
Yeah, mine is
really cute. So I want to put a border outcasing all of them and then in between. You guys can't see, the sun is blowing it out, but like my fabric is not white. It's a cloudy, like clouds of blue. So that is it for January with Go Board.
So February 30th, so obviously we know the February numbers. It is
7 and 11.
7 and 11. 7 for me is my cross-stitched Christmas wreath, which I cannot do yet because I have not purchased the floss. I'm going to do that soon. And 11 for me is Hector's October hat, which of course I can do because it's already started. It is a whip.
So my number 7 for my knitting board is my lovely tee that I started on my birthday last year. And the last time you guys saw it, was, and when I started it, because I'm gonna leave this progress keeper here from Heather, was right here. So I got all this in on Monday. I did all this. So it was 3 hours worth of knitting. This is a cucumber colorway, cucumber tonal from Knit Pick Stroll that I purchased the very first year I met Heather on their Black Friday sale from Knit Picks. And I'm using, yeah. I bought 2 sweater quantities on clearance for like $25 that during that Black Friday. So I haven't used either of the yarns. So I'm trying to see what this is, a US 6 on Chagu. I'm using all the called for. I am making size number 5. So I'm excited. I'm happy to be working on it. I'm in the middle of the decrease rows for the sleeves. I have like 6 more decrease rows for sleeves only. That's the only part I'm decreasing. And then I separate for sleeves. And then I'll be able to just go to town going around and around. I'm still on my very first ball, you guys. This is how much I still have left of that. So I feel like that's quite a bit. Sorry for the dog barking. My number 11 pull. Oh, geez, hold on. Okay, my number 11 was, he's just gonna bark and I can't help. Sorry, guys. Was my butterfly cowl that I started. Here's where I was. That's where I am. I haven't even picked it up yet to work on. So that is my knitting ones.
Stitch ones?
Cross stitch ones. I started working on those. So Heather got a picture from me earlier today to post here. And this morning I picked this up and worked on it for 3 hours. So I got all the white up in this part. There's like a snowflake. Yeah, there you can see it. All the white in his hat and then all the white down here. And then I started deck. I'm doing this all in the called for colors, even the called for fabric. This is Christmas Rules by Primrose Cottage. I just shut the bag instead of opening it. And that's what it'll look like when it's finished, hopefully. I might be, 80 by that time, but whatever.
Yeah.
And then, so that was my number
7?
Yes. And then, no, that was my number 11, because for 11, I put words. So any of my patterns with words. So that's where I classified that one. I wasn't going to start something new. And then my 7 is pandemic. So I put ones that I have kitted up and I haven't started. That's going to be tomorrow's start. yeah, I'm a little freaked out by it. I'm very overwhelmed, like right now. Like even thinking about starting it like scares the living you know what out of me.
Understandable. Okay, so that is all of our with go projects. For general cross stitch, do you have any?
Yes,
How many
I
do you-
have. I have 2 more.
Okay, I have 1 more. So go ahead.
Okay. I will first talk about my temperature tree. So I did print out a picture of this one, which I'm sure you all have seen it numerous times.
I'm doing the same one. I just haven't started mine yet.
And I am doing this on, and I'm sure the light will blow it out over there, the gray and the white. So I did the outline of the base and I did the first branch for January. I have all the temperatures on my calendar. This is a brand new purchase, so I'll show that. My needle minder. And the only thing I did change on the temperature tree is my husband was like, let's get fancy floss. So he purchased me, he thought that this would look good because we both really like elm trees or oak trees. And Classic Colorworks Caterpillar. So he bought me 2 skeins of that for the tree. I don't think I'll need more than 1, but he was like, better to have more than not enough.
So you're doing that. You're just doing that for the trunk.
Yeah.
Did you get DMC for the leaves?
Yeah.
So I'm doing the same project. I just have not started mine yet. I have to do some cross stitch floss shopping. A lot of it because I have to buy my Christmas wreath and I have to buy my temperature blanket or my temperature project stuff. So for me, the only one that I worked on for cross stitch, I will put a picture in here. I'm working on my Halloween wreath from Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery. I am still far behind. They released clue 4. Are we on? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. They released clue 4.
I'm on clue 2.
Released clue 4 sometime, I think in February 1st, it might have been. But here we go. So I finished half of my house or a third of my house. And then I decided to go down to do my bow. So the last time you guys saw it, I had only finished this top portion of my bow. So I came down and did these 2 little side pieces here that kind of was like the fold of the bow. I came down in here. This is not black. This is really dark plum purple.
Like an eggplant almost.
Yeah. I stitched this moon shape and now I'm filling in this medium purple is the whole like bow. And these little things are going to be more of this light purple. So anyways, I have posted a picture where I was before I started. And I did all of this yesterday because I was watching FlossTube. I was catching up with Priscilla and Chelsea. Excuse me. I finally watched the episode where Nicci won something, and I got all excited when I heard them say your name.
I got excited when I heard him say my name.
Yeah. So what did you got a pattern of your choice, right?
No, I won the sleigh ride.
Oh, okay. I thought you won the pattern of your choice.
Oh.
So I'm gonna continue working on this today. I think I'm having fun with it. I want to finish this bow section here.
Is that the flat? Sorry. Is that the flat loop that you have it in? Hoop? Oh, okay. Sorry. I didn't know if you had it in a spring load.
No, I don't use spring load. They don't get tight enough for me. I like mine to be drum tight.
She wants to bounce quarters off of them.
Yeah, I like mine to be tight.
haven't found one that keeps them like super, super tight. Like my round ones, my ovals, none of them.
I don't know.
My spring one, the spring load one, for me, the ones that I bought were super tight, but I can't ever, like, once I have to move them, then I have to fight with it for like 20 minutes to get it back on.
Mhm.
So my other one that I have, you were done, right? Sorry.
Yeah, I'm just really loving the cross stitch. I'm really into the cross stitch bug right now. So I'm gonna ride this train as long as it lasts.
The other one that I'm doing that I just started on February 1st. Well, yeah, I started February 1st on Saturday. Sunday, me and my husband went because it was a free pattern from Fat Quarter Shop called Love Note, which I normally don't do Valentine's Day stuff. Like I'm not about that. But I had the fabric, and so we went and purchased the floss, and I started it on the 1st. So there's my very small start.
That's cute.
And then there's another needle minder that I just purchased. And so I'll have her information at the end when we do acquisitions. So, but yeah, I just thought maybe I could get this done by the 14th, but probably not because I want to work on everything right now.
Mhm.
It's really hard for me to focus. So, okay, that is all my stitching and cross stitching and knitting. I'm looking around me to make sure, but yeah. So, acquisitions, Heather?
Do you want to do acquisitions? Do you want to do wrap up?
Oh, either one. I have both right here.
I don't have any acquisitions.
We can do wrap up first.
Okay.
I'll let you go first.
So I did not pull everything out. I'm just going to be straight up and honest. I did not pull everything out that I have going on. So my list, I went off of my WhipGo board for my list. And even on my list, I feel like I'm missing some things. So later on at some point, I don't know if it's going to be, I don't know when it's going to be. Before we do the wrap up for February, and I know I still have almost a whole month. I'm going to pull out all of my whips, and this might change. My numbers might change in February's wrap up. Just know that. Disclaimer, it might change. But as far as the things that I was able to remember and the things that I was able to find, I started January with 24 whips. That number seems very low to me.
Yeah, it does.
I ended January with 27 whips because I added 3. I added the baby vertebrae. I added Gabe socks and my mom socks. So if you break that down, I have 3 sweaters, 3 shawls, 1 baby item, which is the vertebrae, 6 blankets, 2 miscellaneous, and 12 socks. So, yeah. I tried to find my other, I tried to find another whip list that I made last year, and I could not find it. So instead of pulling everything out, I went off when I made my whip go board, I went off of a wheel that I had. So it has almost everything on it. But yeah, I don't know. That number might change. And I finished 0 things in
Did you frog anything yet?
not in January. I frogged things before January.
Gotcha.
I frogged 3 things
Before January.
before January.
I didn't frog anything in January that I can say. Okay. So January, I started with 29 items. I added 8. I finished 1. So I'm ending with 36.
So you
I can
tell those cast-ons that I did
right. Right. I had a bunch of cast-ons, so
but still, my number seems low to me. So I'm going to pull everything out in February and figure out what's going on.
Well, when I was looking for things for WhipGo, when they pull the numbers, like in my 3 bags that I keep all littler bags in, I found 5 project bags over there that were either things kitted up to start, things I've started that I don't want anymore. So those 5 I already pulled out, but I, like Heather, I need to go through there because I really want to only work on things that bring me joy, that I really want. So even though we're hosting the Burra Cowl, it's too many colors for me. It's too much.
Yeah,
So unless I can find a way to do it with just like 4 colors, I don't know if I'll be able to make it, because it's just looking, for me personally, I feel it looks too messy.
Yeah. And honestly, like we're a co-host of the Burra Cowl, but my intentions always were going to be to cheer everybody on and look at all of the pretty things that you guys make and just be a participant that way.
And I wanted to get better at color work. That's the only reason why I wanted to make it.
Yeah. So, I mean, would it look horrible if you just cut it down a few colors?
I don't know. I think it all depends on placement.
Well, yeah, for sure.
So I think I have to really study the placement and then go from there. So that's what I'm going to do. I don't know when I'm going to do that, but that's my intention. Is I still want to make it, but I want to scale back from 10 colors to maybe like 4 or 6, and maybe do it in the same like grays and blues, but different shades. Because right now my eyes go to too much, and it's just too much for me. So like Heather said, she has 6 blankets. I have 6 blankets. For sweaters, I have, with the baby vertebrae, I now have 7 sweaters on the needles. For socks, I have I have 6. For miscellaneous, I have 3, and then I need to add 2, so I have 5. For shawls, 6, 8, I have 11. So, and then I have a separate one for cross stitch, which didn't really change any at all. I started January with 4, and I ended January with 4.
I didn't add cross stitch to this list.
Oh, I lied. I added the temperature tree. So I have 5.
Okay, so wait.
What am I waiting on?
I'm figuring out.
Okay.
So, I didn't add cross stitch to my whips. So I started January with 27 because I have 3 cross stitch. I have my snow globes, my Christmas on Gingerbread Lane, and my Halloween wreath. I added 3 that brought me to 30. So I have 30. I have to change that number.
Nope. And so I added 1 for January, but I didn't FFO any, and I didn't finish any, and I didn't frog any cross stitch. So now that part is done. No more wrap up. But what I got off screen to grab while Heather was talking, because Heather had said she's missing floss. So I got one of my old journals, just a dotted one, and I started putting cross stitch patterns in here that I want to make. And so like each one of these little sections has the name of the project and then the colors I need for it. So yeah, but like these, it's just this little square here. They're ornaments. That's not a lot, and they're in the same bundle together.
Mm-hmm.
So I've already done this where I had gotten some where I had it, and then when I ordered them, I crossed them off as I got it, put checks, because then I crossed them out when I got it all and put it in the bag. So I keep this in my purse as well. So if I go anywhere, because I try to buy myself one or two project worth of floss a month.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have them kitted up and thrown in a different bag, because I am going to do May Mania, even though that is totally crazy, but that's Nicci, and I'm going to do 23. But I think for May Mania, I'm only doing 23 ornaments.
Mm-hmm.
So not as crazy as some people. But on my actual birthday, I'm going to start a bigger project. I don't know what yet.
So I was watching Chelsea and Priscilla and Chelsea. I can't say the wrong way. And I'm back. I'm like, I think I've just hit New Year episodes. So I was watching like through Thanksgiving through December, and now I'm just at the New Year. So they're talking about all of the ornaments, all of the rounds, stuff like that. That's why I asked you those random questions yesterday. Just so you know, I was watching Priscilla and Chelsea. If you don't know, Priscilla and Chelsea are stitching with the housewives. They are hilarious and fun. Watch them. And their patterns are beautiful. Anyways, so we normally put our Christmas tree where I'm sitting. There's windows. Normally my chair is not here, and we put our Christmas tree here. But over there, there's like, so this is the living room, then it's our dining room, and then it's like the kids and my mom's room over there. So on the wall that is technically Evelyn's, like shares the wall with Evelyn's bedroom, I want to put a smaller Christmas tree over there that has like handmade ornaments on it. So I want to do cross stitch ornaments this year. But I don't know. Like I want to, but I don't know that I'm actually going to do. So yeah. Somebody said to me when I told them I want to do cross stitch ornaments, they said, "Why don't you do May Mania?" And I said, "No, because that's crazy and I'm not crazy." But
yes, I'm crazy, guys. You heard it here first.
I want to do cross stitch ornaments. I just think it would be really cute over there.
It would.
Like a 3-foot tree, like not like a huge, like our tree that we put up, our big tree is 6.5 feet. I wouldn't do a huge tree like that. Just a small 3-footer.
Oh, you don't want to get like 14 of them like Priscilla has?
I don't have that much space. And I don't know how she has that much space.
I want all these. And my husband's like, whatever. You're the one who has to take them up and down. Like put them up and down. Like he'll carry all the stuff to the, to our attic, into our basement. He's like, but you're the one decorating inside the house.
Yeah, like we put it here and the kids decorate it. I sit there and supervise because I'm OCD about my color placement. I say color placement. We have red, black, and white ornaments that we put on the tree. That's our color scheme. And I get really anal about, you can't put 2 reds next to each other. You can't put a red in the, I'm OCD about my ornament placement.
Yeah, you are. You're extra. So we want to talk about acquisitions.
I have none.
I do. Quite a few. So I will start my Amazon one first. in the hopes of still finding a tighter and what I like for cross stitch. I needed more hoops and stuff just to try. I bought a pack.
He has a gazillion cross stitch patterns kitted up. See, those I use the screw.
Yeah, that's what I have on the ones I had first got. So this was a pack on Amazon. I will put the link down below. This whole bundle for the 6 of them was $8.99.
Shut up. Really?
Yeah, I don't know how good they are. Like I said, that part I have no clue. But I figured for $8.99 I would grab them, try them.
Yeah. What are you gonna lose?
Yeah. So,
and if like worst case scenario, they're just good in a pinch.
Right. I'm trying to make sure that okay. So this business card is from Lisa and Rebecca. It's Stitching Sisters. So here's your show notes. They are on Etsy.
So there's your show notes, she says.
For that one. I will put it down below too. But I bought a grime guard for the pandemic. This is for the pandemic because I don't know how I'm going to contain all that fabric, and that's giving me anxiety and hives. But I bought this one in memory of Heather with the trucks.
I love the trucks. That too. I also want to do Chelsea and Priscilla's truck. I need more time.
We all need more time.
I need to be able to cross stitch, not work, but still have my money. Right.
Well, when you figure out how the heck we can do that, you let me know. Okay. Then off of Etsy. Well, I belong to a Facebook group on obviously Facebook. It's Stash Unload. Sorry. Words. Stash Unload. This woman is she's on Etsy too, but she had put up a sale on Facebook and it was I think so.
Stitching Lee along, yeah.
And she put up a sale. They were $3.50 a piece, or buy 4 and get the 5th one free or something like that. So it was supposed to be $50. I paid $30 for all these. So you already saw 2 of them. There's another gnome.
That's cute.
And this is how she packaged them, and she wrapped them in tissue. Because like Heather said, I have all these kitted up, and I didn't have needle minders. My love of snow globes, so I had to have that one. My love of gnomes, obviously. And then my spirit animal. Because that's what Facebook told me today on the little quiz too, but the sloth.
It would have been cool to have that stitching with the Nomies one when you were making the stitching with the
I know, right? But I'm gonna put that one on my other gnome one that I'm doing. So those I got from her. But don't forget, guys, all these acquisitions I'm showing you, we haven't recorded in 3 weeks.
True.
So it's all been sitting here waiting.
And didn't you order those needle minders before, but they just hadn't arrived yet?
Correct.
So those purchases were actually made in December.
Yeah.
Or like beginning of January.
So I'm doing the snowman, what is this called? Snowman Collector series, and this is number 2. And I got everything to go with it. So here's all the floss for 1, 2, 3 stitch. And then I had ordered needles. So I'm going to try those out too.
Are those the ones that
I was telling you about from stuff?
Yeah, that Priscilla and Chelsea use?
I think so. I heard it from somebody, so like I put them in my cart and then I forgot they were there when I ordered the snowman. I tried to today to do the snowman and it's not ready yet.
You tried today to do the snowman and it's not ready yet?
Yeah, for February, the number 3, then the collector series.
Oh, I thought you meant like
that's cheap and I want it so bad. I'm like, oh, I remembered to do it. Because normally Steph will text me and I'm at work.
No, but I thought you meant like you tried to stitch the
Oh
snowman
no.
have and it wasn't ready yet. I'm like, why does it need to be ready? Yeah, split.
And then I purchased from Knit for Brains a cross stitching bag because snow globes. She had a clearance sale, so I purchased that. So that'll get
I believe I saw
ornament.
fabric
I mean, it's little.
on stitching bags.
Yeah. And then my other purchase, oh, that's where I put my pandemic. I wanted to show you guys what color I was using. I put it in here, but here's the color I'm using. I was gonna go with blue, and now I'm going with this seafoam.
And show us how many skeins you have.
As of right now, I have all these.
1,900.
It's supposed, well, it was 23 if I used 14 count, but I'm using 18 count now, so I probably don't need as many, but I think I bought to start like 15 because that's all they had.
Is pandemic still free?
No, it's like $30 now.
Yeah, no, thank you. I was gonna, nope.
The last of my, oh no, I lied. I do have one knitting, which is my 5 mini skeins. Where can I show this? You can't.
Come closer.
Right there. That's true to color. I really, really, really like this one.
I really, really like the second one.
Yeah. So I really like all of them. I'll try to get a better picture for Heather to put in here. But I think they're gorgeous. And then from Stash Unload on Facebook, I purchased from somebody this skein of Ada, or this fabric of Ada. It's indie dyed. I just thought it was cute. I thought it would be really good for ornaments.
Or the Christmas wreath.
I don't think it's big enough. I'll have to measure it.
18 by 18.
Okay. And then also from that Stash Unload, I purchased from one person. I thought these were just paper patterns. So I was quite shocked when I got them. So I got.
What do you mean? You thought they were paper pattern? Oh, the kit.
Yeah, it's a full kit. So like all there was a picture of was this, and so I just thought it was just the pattern for that, and it's actually everything to do it. I got Eeyore.
Oh, that's cute.
And it's not perforated paper, it's the plastic canvas.
Oh, cool.
So I've figured any of those that call for the perforated paper, I'm just gonna buy the plastic canvas.
Can you get it small enough count?
Yeah, they have they have several different counts on Amazon. I found it. And then I got, and this one is also okay.
Oh, that's cute.
And again, it comes with everything with the canvas. And the last one I got was the Santa. And that came with everything with the Ada cloth in there. So these are already kitted up for me. They just got to go into bags and they're part of my stuff. But like, so for May, I'm going to count these individually. That's 6 right there. So for May, right here, I have eight ornaments. That is, oh, and my last one I got was from Teresa Kogut. I watch her podcast. She's a designer. And weekly now she's been putting up one for sale. And this is one she put up for sale. And because it's snowman, I wanted it. And I bought her one that she just put on sale last week. But it hasn't come. So that is all my acquisitions. Now you're into life bits.
So life bits. we're done with the fiber content. If you are not gonna stick around for Life Bits, we will see you in a couple weeks. Hopefully life stays calm so we can record again in a couple weeks. We hope that you have a very successful crafting time. We hope that you get to do something that you love and just enjoy some time for yourself. And we'll see you. We'll see you when we see you. For those of you sticking around for life update, as you know, Evelyn is a senior. That is completely consuming my whole world. Did we take pictures?
No, you hadn't taken pictures last episode.
Okay, so we took pictures. That was an ordeal and a half. We've not received the pictures yet, obviously, but the place has sent her yearbook picture in. Something happened at the school because she transferred at the beginning of her 11th grade year. They received her transcripts. They received papers from us that the school, we had our ducks in a row. We sent them her transcripts. We brought them report cards, grades, all the stuff that we could get on our end, because like transcripts have to go from school to school. So like we could give them transcripts, but we brought everything that we possibly could. And the school sent transcripts. Somehow, not sure how, somehow they messed up and she needs a math class that she supposedly took in 8th grade that is a requirement for graduation that nobody realized she failed, or she didn't fail it, but you have to pass it with the certain grade. She did not. She passed it. She got the credit for it, but she did not pass it with a high enough grade. So they told us that the beginning of this semester. So now she has to go to, yes. Yeah. Now she has to go to adult school every Thursday night for 4 hours to pass, because they only offer it at the adult school, and the only time she can go, they only offer the independent study program one night a week.
Oh, wow.
So she's going to the adult school for one night a week for 4 hours to complete a math class that in LA she did in 8th grade. In Norwalk School District, she would have done in 9th grade. So that's why it's a requirement for Norwalk's high school. But no, yeah, so it's not her grade that makes it not requirement for her.
No, it was the year.
In 8th grade. So even though she passed it in 8th grade, because she didn't take it in 9th grade or in high school, they can't count. That's what it was, because it completely pissed me off. So I'm at work and she calls me repeatedly. Like, I'm working. I'm not on a break. I'm not on lunch. I'm working. And she calls me repeatedly. And I'm like, I'm texting her. I'm like, I can't talk right now. I can't. She's like, you need to talk right now, because I'm in the counseling office and I'm pissed. So I call her and she's crying. If you know me and you know my daughter, when we get overly upset, where we're like about to snap, we cry. So I knew that it was bad, because she doesn't cry when she's sad. She doesn't cry. I mean, she does, but she doesn't cry. She's not a crier. Evelyn's not a crier. So when she's crying, you know that she is to the point where she's about to snap, and she's going to say some things that are going to get her in really big trouble, because at that point, her mouth is bad. So I'm trying to calm her down. I'm in the bathroom at work because I can't do anything else. I'm trying to calm her down, and she tells me that her counselor just called her in and told her that she has to do this class that she already did. So I'm like, I can't. I'm at work. I can't do anything right now. Like you're gonna have to wait. So I ended up taking my lunch at like 3 o'clock, which was early, but whatever. And I called her counselor and I told him some words. And he was like, I'm so sorry. I don't know how this got overlooked. It happened because, it got overlooked because it was in her junior high transcripts. And we generally don't look at junior high transcripts. I was like, okay, but when you saw that it wasn't on her high school transcripts, why wouldn't you look at her junior high transcripts? Like, common sense, right? So then he tells me that because it was his mistake, like he overlooked it, he pushed her adult school paperwork through. He called in a favor to the adult school because the adult school started last week. I talked to him Monday. So they had already done a week of classes and they had already done their orientation. So like according to the adult school, the window had closed for Evelyn to join. And I was like, no, she has to join. Like you have to make it has to work. So he pushed her paperwork through. He convinced the adult school to take her. He paid her tuition for her to go to adult school. I mean, it wasn't astronomical amount, but he paid it. And he paid her ID fee because they have to get an adult school ID. And he's like, because this is my mistake, I dropped the ball. I'm sorry. You only have X amount of time to get this done, or she won't graduate, kind of situation. I feel horrible. I'm going to do this for you. And I was like, that's not necessary. Like, I can pay the fees. I'm not worried about the fees. I'm worried about time.
Right.
No, so am I. And I was like, so she went last night. She had her first session last night. And basically, she finished her work within like 45 minutes of being there. And she has to be there for 4 hours. The Wi-Fi went down 3 times.
Oh no.
She used her hotspot, but I mean, she gets free hotspot on her cell phone, but she came home and she was like, that was a complete waste of time. Like, I wish they would just let me do it on my own on the computer because I could finish in basically
half the time.
I could finish in like a month everything that they want her to take 7 weeks to finish.
Wow.
And I was like, okay, like, I'm sorry, like, this is what we have to do. So she's not happy, but one of her friends basically had a similar situation happen to her. And they, of course, have the same counselor. So she's doing adult school too, but she's doing a science class. But because it's independent study, they are in the same room with each other. And I was like, I'm sorry, it is what it is. You got to do it. You got to fight you just have to do it. And I was like, at least Leslie's in there with you. And she's like, yeah, that's like the only reason like I'm able to do this drama. I was like, yeah, whatever. So yeah, that's what's happening with my daughter.
So we both had interesting weeks with our older students. I was at my meeting for my taxes and I'm getting a phone call from the school at 3:15. No, 3. And it's the principal calling me for JJ. But he goes by Justin at school.
Which
so he's like, there's an incident with Justin today at school. I'm like, huh, okay. Like when you get this phone call, you're thinking your kid did something wrong.
But he doesn't.
Right. And I'm like, what would JJ have done? Because like, yeah. No, he JJ's biggest thing was he never wanted to transfer schools. That's why we bought this house where the city we're in, and yada yada. He started here as a 3-year-old, and he's now a junior.
Mhm.
The student that had the issue, him and JJ had issues, which he's known him since 3-year-old kindergarten. They've been in karate. They've been in everything together. And this kid goes through where he's friends with everybody, and then he goes through where he wants to fight everybody. Well, this kid has been a known bully in the school for I don't know how long, all of his school life.
Yeah.
He is 6'4". JJ is 5'5". They were in math class. Teacher told them, get your homework done. As soon as you're done, you get to pick a song. JJ picked a song. The other kid did not like the song JJ picked, so he kept, picking on JJ. And JJ just kept doing his work. Well, the kid got upset because he wasn't able to get a rise out of JJ. So then the teacher came over to try to de-escalate it because the kid kept getting louder and louder and like stood up and everything. And finally the teacher just threw him out. And as he threw him out, we decided to dump coffee on JJ and his backpack and his stuff. Said student is no longer in school now. He has to do it all virtually. So JJ didn't think it was a big deal. Like, he's like, I've been dealing with him since kindergarten, like, whatever. So yeah, that was fun. Cooper doesn't like it.
It's a big deal when your kid is JJ and he doesn't, like, if you know this kid, he does what he's supposed to do. He doesn't work. He doesn't cause trouble. He doesn't cause fights. He doesn't argue. He doesn't, talk during class. He none of those things. Like, he's not one of those kids where he just like messes around for no reason.
He doesn't even really backtalk his parent.
No. I mean, in the 7 years that I've known Nicci, I can think of twice where he has said something back to them. And it wasn't even bad. Like, it wasn't bad. It was just, he said
him being a smart ass is basically all it was.
Yeah, exactly. He had an opinion. He felt like he wasn't being heard, so he said a smart ass comment.
Yeah.
That's what it was. And it wasn't even like, I mean, my kids talk worse than JJ does on a daily basis.
Not that I want to agree with you, but I can't disagree with that. Like,
not Gabriel, but for sure Matt and Evelyn. Like, my kids are sarcasm and smart ass running. I mean, their parents are me and Hector. Come on. And
JJ can't, like, he does joke around with me and Justin, like, especially in the car rides and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But if there's others around, like Heather told you, he will not disrespect, say anything out of line. Like, Heather could say something smart ass to him, and he will not go back.
No. And I mean,
he'll smirk, but he won't. Smirk, he won't say anything.
I've gotten a chuckle out of him a few times, but I mean, not that I try to be disrespectful to him. No. But like, we're just joking around, banter back and forth. He'll come in with me and Nicci are bantering back and forth to say something to her, and I'll try to throw him under the bus. Don't you agree with me, JJ? Isn't Nicci being a such and such or whatever? And he'll smirk and he'll just shake his head and walk away because he knows that I'm throwing him under the bus. But it's not. Yeah, JJ is
not the kid.
If this had happened to my kid,
if this had happened to me in high school, my mom would have had to pick me up from the police station.
I don't know that I would have to pick up Matt from the police station, but if this had happened to Matthew and he's only in
maybe not, but I would have punched him. Yeah. I would have for sure stood up and punched. I wouldn't. self-control that he does.
And he's only in 7th grade, I would have gotten a call from the principal a lot sooner.
Yeah, I didn't get it till the end of the day after they had talked to him, and they checked on, make sure all his stuff was okay. And
no, I mean like a lot sooner in his school.
oh, okay. Yeah. No, that was the very first time I've ever gotten no, that was the second time I got a phone call. The first time was somebody throwing a basketball and it bounced off one kid's head and hit JJ square in the neck and pushed, he obviously fell over, and they called me because they were afraid of head concussion, but he refused to leave school. He's like, I'm fine. It was just a basketball.
Yeah. Yeah.
So.
But other than that, besides Evelyn, she's costing me a fortune. So I have
13 years.
She's costing me a fortune. So I have to work. I don't like it. Anyways, Evelyn is, all of my time, energy, and money is going to Evelyn. Matthew's fine. Matthew got advanced band.
Yay.
So in California, I don't know about other places, my cousin got in basically a similar situation, and he lives in Tennessee, and it's called the All County Band.
Okay.
So it's like all of the junior highs from the district. But so we're doing 3 junior highs and 2 high schools in this band, because one of Evelyn's friends is in the band. He is the only trumpet player from his junior high. He has only been playing trumpet since
October?
No. Since August.
Okay.
Because when he was in band last year, he played percussions, and that was second semester. So he's only been playing trumpet since August. He never practices at home. I don't know why he is so good. He only practices when he's at school during band class, which is like 45 minutes a day. He brings his trumpet home every Friday, but he never touches it. He says that he doesn't have to practice, so whatever. But he was late. He takes the bus to school. He was late for the first tryouts, like the head band band conductor came to their school, and because it was closed auditions, and his bus arrived late, he was too late for that one. His teacher really wanted him to try out because she says that he's great. And so she pulled some strings to have the band director come back to the school. And Matt did like a solo audition for him. And he got on like immediately. He told him, yeah, you're in. He called me and was screaming. And so he's doing once a week until March 2nd. He has extra practices in the evenings on Tuesdays. And then his main concert is March 2nd at the adult school that Evelyn is taking classes at. So he's super excited about that. Baseball is doing good. He's catching. Yesterday was catcher appreciation day, and everybody posted pictures of Matt catching, and he was all excited about that. He got a phone, so he has Instagram now, so he can look at all the posts that people post about him. And Gabe's good. Hector's fine. Mom's fine.
Grandma's doing well. Justin's doing well. I'm doing well as can be. Had a death in the family, but other than that, we're doing good. That was this week, the funeral and everything. Had my eye shots yesterday, so today is a struggle bus. That's why I'm off. Because I spent the first 6 hours of being awake just letting tears come down. Not like I'm crying, but like my eyes just naturally water after them.
Yeah.
So I can't really do much at work when I don't even wear my glasses when I first wake up in the morning. I just put these on to podcast.
Yeah.
So
Like your eyes are trying to, like when your eyes water because you have a piece of dust or whatever in them,
mhm.
like their natural defense thing. Yeah.
I can tell you, like, it feels like I counted last night when I got the eye drops. I literally get 40 eye drops in each eye before I get the 2 shots in each eye. And then I get an entire bottle and a half in each eye to rinse them because I'm allergic to some of the dyes in the eye drops. So they have to like douse me to get rid of it. So I come out feeling like my eyes were waterlogged.
Yeah.
Last night I could not see. It was like when you're driving and it's super, super foggy around here, people say like driving through pea soup. And that's how it was for my entire night last night. I couldn't cross stitch. I couldn't knit. I literally sat here and put on Disney Channel and started watching the Marvel movies in the order you're supposed to, and got through 2.5 movies. Not that I was really watching them. I mean, bigger screen. I have a 60-inch TV, so I could see some stuff, but not fine details. But I could at least listen. So,
yeah. We cannot wait 3 weeks to podcast again.
No.
I don't want to know how long that was.
So,
anyways,
thanks for around if you made it through the whole thing.
Yeah. I hope you didn't. I hope you broke us up. Or at least you got refreshments somewhere during that, because that was a long one. Anyways, please contact us, Lynn, for your prize. And don't forget to enter our KALs. And that's it. Hopefully next week or in 2 weeks, I will have a start to my Christmas wreath. I'm actually we should just look at the floss right now and order. Anyways, we love you. Happy crafting. Bye.
Happy crafting. Bye.